what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the heavily requested Royal Recruits. You guys were constantly asking me to play it, and you know, not many people play it. I think they're really underappreciated, and we're going to give them some love today in this bait deck. Of course, you're going to end up having the Goblin Gang, the Bats, the Dark Goblin, and the Royal Recruits. I love ending up having the Ram Rider plus Lumberjack and Snowball for offensive presence, especially when you defend with Royal Recruits and have two of them. They overcommit to the forest side, you go in for Lumberjack, it rages up the Ram Rider, you break through, propel units to the side with the Snowball, they can't get back to the Ram Rider, and then you end up taking the tower. So let's go jump straight into some games, and hopefully we can assert some dominance. Alright, we're going to go kick off the game with the Goblin Gang at the river. We're going to see what's up, see what this dude's got. He's going to end up going in for a Royal Ghost, and we still get damage, so that's brilliant for us. And as soon as we see Royal Ghost, it's going to be Pekka. You already know, fam. You guys know it's Pekka. I know it's Pekka, and he's going to be going in hot and heavy with a little bit of bridge spam. We have to go for a Barbarian Barrel to make sure that those Barbarians do not devastate our tower. And obviously the Ram Rider on the left-hand side converting defense into offense is going to be seamless. I love having cards in the game like that. Unfortunately, we have to take some damage if I want to go and drop our Royal Recruits to make sure that the Electro Wizard is not able to hit our tower. And I think that's going to be our best bet. Now we're going to do some dual lane aggression. And I actually want to end up going for Bats with these Royal Recruits on the left-hand side because they're so freaking tanky. I don't know what he has here. He doesn't end up having Electro because he already used it. He's going to have to zap. And man, look at the Royal Recruits on the right. That's what I'm talking about. You poison those Royal Recruits, but you are losing your tower. It's dilapidated, sir. You're in such a dire strait. I think that our situation is really good now, especially when his Electro Wizard's out of cycle and his Zap is out of cycle. I feel like I can spam him some more. I can even go for a Goblin Gang right on top of his Electro, and that should get some damage since we get the Rage from the Lumberjack as well. We bait out minions, and I really want to end up saving our Ram Rider on defense. I think it's one of the best cards just used defensively against these Pekka decks. Alright, well he's going to spam me some more, so I actually want to end up going for Royal Recruits again. And I want to end up going in for Bats on the left-hand side. We'll bait out a Zap here. The Royal Ghost will fall on the right-hand side. And that's already a 5 elixir investment, man. So I'm just going to go in for a giant Snowball here to propel that backward. It's not going to get near as much damage as it otherwise would have on us. And I want to end up going in for another Goblin Gang here as well. So this is just working out so well, guys. He ignores like 2 Royal Recruits and it takes out more than half of his tower on more than 2 occasions. So I love this situation, guys. I feel like Royal Recruits are a little bit underestimated. At least I feel like they're just not valued as much as they should be. I'm going to go for another set of Royal Recruits right on top of the Pekka and Electro Wizard. And then we still get that counter push that he has to drop units in. He's having to drop 3 elixir there just to counteract it. Very unfortunate for him. And of course the Pekka and Electro Wizard get cleaned up. So easy to clean up both sides and apply aggression at the same time. Great stuff, dude. Now we're going to go for the Lumberjack plus Ram Rider. If you guys didn't know, that's one of the best combinations in the game. Rages up the Ram Rider, you Snowball back, and then you get damage for free, essentially. So we're just going to keep going in for defense here. I'm going to end up going in for a Lumberjack as well. And I think I just need to Snowball this, and we should be okay. If I can get down a Goblin Gang, there's no way that that's ever going to break through. And then, obviously, the Lumberjack on the right-hand side is going to have a field day. So GG, well played, and peace out. This deck seems very easy and fun to play. I can't believe people just haven't played Royal Recruits that much. Peace out, Girl Scout. Alright, so we're going to end up going in for a Ram Rider here. He's going to go for a Miner. Oh my gosh, that Miner is actually going to get caught out of position. It can't even go towards the tower anymore. We have to go for a Barb Barrel here to clean up those Goblins. And I think we're going to potentially get a couple hits with that Barbarian. I think at least one. Nope, he's going to end up going for Spear Goblins. Oh, we still got a hit. Let's go. So I'm going to end up going for a Lumberjack and Bats. The Bats should get raged up as soon as the Lumberjack does end up dying. He's going to end up having a Mortar bait deck. Okay, man, we see you. Just going to go for a Snowball, make sure that those minions do not provide so much utility for him on offense. A little bit scary when it's coupled with Miner, but he doesn't end up having Miner in cycle here. So, what do you have in store for us, dude? You got Mortar bait with Snowball, Miner, and I don't know. I think it's the Snowball Miner variation, right? Probably has Prince as well. No, he's got Rascal, so it's not the deck that I was expecting. Maybe he doesn't have Snowball here. I have to wait and see. If he has Snowball, it's really tough for us because our Ram Rider will just get bounced back. I hope that he just ends up having a Barb Barrel here. That'd be ideal. And end up going for another Goblin Gang here. I'm going to wait for everything to join up, join forces, so then I can get a juicy Barb Barrel off. I'm going to end up going for a Lumberjack. He's going to log. It doesn't really matter. The Miner is going to target the Lumberjack. All of his other units are targeting the Lumberjack. That's actually very good for us. Now we're going to end up going for a Ram Rider because the Lumberjack's going to rage it up. And he's just going to end up going in for units that we can Snowball backwards. So let's do that right quick and get some extra hits. That was perfect for us, guys. We clean it up. I don't want the tower damage. I'd much rather hit all of the minions there. Provides way more utility. Actually gets us more damage in the long run, and we kill all the minions, so well worth it. I assume he might go in for a mortar, and if that's the case, then we end up going and splitting our goblin gang and then using bats right on top. So I'm actually going to go split my bats here. He ends up having log, so we'll just go in for our row recruits in front of our tower in case he ends up going for the mortar, because if we drop it too far back, then it's just going to be useless for us. And he's going to end up going for a rascals. Okay, so we see rascals. Man, this is going to be a tough matchup again. I think it's going to be a hard one. But I'm just going to goblin gang right on top of the miner. We're going to make him log whichever side he wants to. And then I think I slow roll a ram miner here. I think that's going to be the only way that we can actually break through is slow rolling. Like if he plays really aggro, then we can maybe make it work. Need everything to end up hitting and whiffing our lumberjack. I needed to focus on the lumberjack. And we want the ram miner to break through here. Not really sure if it will or not. And yeah, it's not going to. So we're just going to end up going for row recruits again. Going to go in for a goblin gang right on top. And I can definitely go in for a dark goblin to finish off the majority of those minions. He's going to go fireball, but he can't hit the dark goblin. It's a little bit too far away. It actually decided to walk on the other side now. We're going to end up going for bats in the middle because he's probably going to end up going for a mortar there soon. Dark goblin is still alive. And the dark goblin focuses on the mortar. Let's go. We're going to go for a giant snowball. And we probably break through here. Yes, I don't have giant snowball in cycle for minion horde, but I think I'm still fine, guys. This is working out really well. We're just going to go Goblin Gang again. It's going to play passive again. It's not doing anything about it, so we're going to end up going for row recruits. We actually bait out a log. Oh my gosh, dude. What a bad card cycle for him now. He has row recruits coming at him with a Dark Goblin, and he does not have log in cycle. He actually did have log, which is really good. Usually, you don't want your opponent to end up having snowball or log. You usually want to see them have bard barrels, then your Dark Goblin or your Ram Rider will get a lot of value. But unfortunately, he ends up having one of the answers that we don't want to see. So he should not be back to another mortar in time here if we spam the right-hand side. So he could log this potentially to kill the Dark Goblin, but that's not going to be good for him. And he's actually playing aggressive. Let's go. This should be GG. This should 100% connect. That Ram Rider is going to come through, and the snowball hits, and that's what I'm talking about, guys. GG, well played, and peace out. Oh my gosh, I love this deck. It's just so fun to play and so spammy, but you can just break through. All right, so we're going to end up kicking off the game with bats here, and we end up seeing a giant, so we definitely want to rush Obsolete with our Ram Rider. Maybe we can focus down his giant with our row recruits and apply aggression or defend against like a lumberjack or whatever he decides to allocate towards our Ram Rider. Ram Rider's getting a lot of damage here, so that's working out really well. And I don't actually want to go for the Goblin Gang. I'd much rather go for row recruits. I want 4 row recruits right on top of that giant push. Should be able to shut it down with only 1 hit. He actually goes in for a fireball, so that's super aggro. And I can just relax a bit. I don't even want to end up going in for a snowball or anything. I know that we should be fine. I know that the Mega Minion will be a great addition to our collection with this Goblin Gang. He is not getting out alive, man. That Mega Minion is just going to be on our side of the map. What is going to happen here? I definitely want to end up going in for another Lumberjack in the back. Lumberjack in the back is really, really solid because as soon as it dies, you just get a huge rage push. So we end up going for bats and a Ram Rider here as well because we already know he's used his fireball, so there's no way for him to really devastate this push. So the Ram Rider is guaranteed damage. I could snowball, but I feel like that would be an overcommitment. And I'm just going to relax and wait and see if he wants to spam me with a Dark Prince plus a Giant, or if he's just going to let that Musketeer die. So yeah, we jebaited him. We jebaited him, boys. Ended up going for the row recruits now. So as I was talking about before, he ended up going in for a Giant right in front of the Musketeer because it was 1 HP, but if I had snowballed, he would have never made that transaction. And now he has to deal with 2 row recruits coming on the other side. He has to deal with massive row recruits on the right-hand side, and we're going to go for bats as well. So we'll see what he does. I feel like the left-hand side is just going to be forfeit. That's one of the things. If your opponent decides to go cast a fireball or a poison on top of your row recruits, you can kind of just laugh at them and realize, hey man, you probably don't have any other spells for the swarm units that I have, and you're just going to lose the game. And as you guys can see, this deck is incredibly easy to operate, so fun to play, and you just assert dominance with 3 crowns whenever your opponent makes one misplay or misstep with their spells, because this deck just has punishing power that is unprecedented. GG and well played, man. Alright, we're going to see what's up. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to end up dropping a giant snowball on offense here. This guy's going to end up going in for a hunter in the back, so it's probably going to end up being the Sparky deck. It's probably going to be Sparky Goblin Giant as soon as we end up seeing the hunter, and there it is. There's the Sparky. We are not disappointed. We are not amused either, though, so I definitely need to go in for Bat Surround right on top of that hunter, and I'm going to try to get away with row recruits here. We know that he's going to end up having Barb Barrel as well, so definitely need our Royal Recruits to soak up the shot of the Sparky, and the Goblin Gang should be able to decimate the Goblin Giant here. And the 2 Royal Recruits on the right-hand side are not something that you can kind of ignore. I mean, if you want to, you're going to take a lot of damage, so I'm okay with that. You're going to take about 700 damage, dude. I don't understand why you're doing that to yourself. So that's great for us. And the Dark Prince is actually going to die to the Lumberjack as well. I could rage up a Ram Rider here, but I don't want to play too aggressive. I know that he has Hunter and Cycle, and I'm really not about that life. I want to see if he cycles a Hunter in the back first. That would be ideal. Great thing about Ram Rider is it can't actually get pulled. Usually they love cycling a Sparky in the back, and then they like pulling whatever they have with a Goblin Giant or a regular Giant right into the Sparky, but since the Ram Rider's win condition, I can always apply aggression opposite lane. Whenever you're playing against a Sparky player, you guys should always consider, like, hey, can one of my units get pulled right into the Goblin Giant? And if that's the case, very rarely do you ever want to drop it opposite lane for aggression, because you can just get wrecked. So like in this case scenario, he could actually go and pull those. Not like it really matters. He could also go and pull the Lumberjack, so I really don't want to drop my Lumberjack opposite lane. As a result, I actually want to go for a Barbarian Barrel, and we want to relax a bit. So I could cycle the Lumberjack, but that gives him free reign to go drop a Goblin Giant right on top of us, and that's kind of bad, you know? So I'm going to end up going in for Royal Recruits again. Sparky should hit that instead of the Lumberjack. I cycle the Lumberjack in the back because I know that I don't want to leak Elixir, but at the same time, like, if I drop it too far up, it's just going to get hit by the Sparky shot. So I had to be cognizant of that. If you guys are dealing with Sparky and you guys know that you'll get back to enough Elixir, then it's always better to do it that way. So then you're not leaking Elixir, and you're also going to make sure that your unit is going to be useful. Or you just cycle it opposite lane. That's also another thing. So here we go. I'm actually going to end up going in for a Lumberjack here, and we're going to get ready to roll. Want to definitely end up going in for Royal Recruits again. Goblin Gang here. And I think we're doing super, super hot. This should be able to clean up the Sparky. If it doesn't, I would be surprised. And look at the Lumberjack on the other side, guys. We're doing so well. Obviously, he's going to end up going for a Lightning. I just need to make sure that we cripple that Sparky. And I can even end up going in for a Ram Rider to slow down a Goblin Giant push if you were to do that. GG, well played, and peace out. As you guys can see, it's a pretty easy matchup if you just rush opposite lane. Royal Recruits are OP against Sparky too. Here we go, guys. We're going to go kick off the game with Goblin Gang in the back, and we're going to make sure that we can split it so then we don't give any log or a Barb Barrel value. He's going to end up going in for minions, so it's probably going to be a Pekka deck. I actually want to end up going for Dark Goblin in the majority of the minion lane, and we'll see if he tries to support that. So he's not supporting that. I'm actually going to end up going in for a Ram Rider since we have the Dark Goblin still. And I know that a Lumberjack will be more than enough to finish off that. So that is going to be fine. So definitely want to end up going for a Barb Barrel so that the Dark Prince doesn't devastate our tower. Very important to make sure that the Dark Prince does not hit us. It's actually going to get a little bit of damage. It's okay as long as it doesn't get a charge, you know. Definitely want to end up going for a Gang. And both towers should be able to kill that. Yep, awesome. So even if he zaps, we're going to be fine as long as both towers are shooting away. So that placement was pretty important. We'll see what he wants to do, though. I think that he's probably just going to start a slow roll Pekka, or he's going to try to kill our Ram Rider and then counter push after. So we'll see. I mean, I could Ram Rider right here because I think I'm up Elixir and he doesn't have Zap and Cycle, so he might have to Electro. Yeah, he's actually going to go for Electro. So we're going to snowball this. I think the Electro dies because the Bat's good on top of it. The Ram Rider gets more damage, and we might even be able to take tower here. That was a really good Snowball. I think Snowball is just an overpowered card, guys. If I'm being honest here, I'm being real. I think Snowball's a little bit too good. We want to end up using the Barb Barrel as opposed to dropping our Lumberjack because it's really important to retain HP, and we don't want that thing to just get a Lumberjack. Like, I don't want it to be at like 2 HP, you know? I'd rather have it a little bit healthier to deal with Bridge Bam or Pekka or whatever he's dropping on us, you know? Also, rather have it in conjunction with the Ram Rider, so kind of want to save it for raging up my Ram Rider on offense. Or just against Bridge Spam like this, it's a little bit more robust than the other cards, you know? It's better than Goblin Gang because Goblin Gang gets zapped. Lumberjack even tanks up those minion hits and it doesn't even matter to it. So we know he's probably going to Electro right on top. He doesn't have Elixir, he's just going to forfeit the tower. Okay, no, he did Electro right on top. Guess we're just going to go Royal Recruits here. And we should be okay to apply dueling aggression. I don't see any way of him breaking through. He might poison. He's not going to. He's just going to end up going for a Dark Prince. That's even better for us. That's really good for me. Let's go, guys. Definitely want to end up going for a Barb Barrel right on top of the Dark Prince. And then we can even defend with Bats, Goblin Gang, and face very little ramifications from any situation that he throws at us. So we need to make sure that the Bandit doesn't charge on us, and then we should be fine. I'm going to go in for another Snowball here. Make sure that we knock everything back. The Bats are still alive. Definitely can go in for a Dark Goblin as well. Barbarian Barrel, and then go in for another spam of Ram Rider. It should be enough if I go Goblin Gang, so then the Bandit doesn't charge on our tower. And since he doesn't end up having enough elixir to deny everything, we're just going to go for a Snowball and finish that off. So I think this matchup is really, really good for us, as you guys are seeing right now. And I like our situation. I'm going to end up going for another Barbarian Barrel just to finish it off so it doesn't get damaged. Ooh, it still got a hit. Wow. That's crazy. If he goes Pekka, he might just lose right now. I think that he can't really stop this because he's going to end up killing the Lumberjack, and then we get everything raged up. And especially with Snowball, I don't think that you can stop the Ram Rider from connecting to your tower. Yeah, man, Ram Rider's just so busted with the rage of the Lumberjack. I think Lumberjack is like top 2 cards in the game right now. I think it's just that and Snowball. Like, so incredibly unfair. Obviously, he's going to go connect here. I'm just going to go in for a Snowball, make sure that the Dark Prince doesn't hit. As long as the Dark Prince doesn't get damaged, we're fine. He ends up spamming a little bit more. I could go in for some more spam, but I actually rather just go for Royal Recruits and passively cycle here because he's probably going to end up going in for a Pekka or something on the other side, and then I can just spam him on the right-hand side and take the W. Yeah, so that's poison. That's already over-aggressive. That's not going to allow you to break through, so I can spam you here and just go in for a Barbarian Barrel right on top of the Dark Prince, and we should be able to win the game now. GG, well played, and peace out. You played super aggressive, you poisoned, and went in for a Dark Prince. That's going to be too much for you, man. Pleasure playing against you, and good luck in the rest of your grand challenge, my man. Oh, man, it's just like the Ram Rider Snowball combination is just so overpowered right now. I think that Bridge Spam just can't stop it at all. Whenever they're down a little bit of elixir, there's nothing that they have in their arsenal to combat the Ram Rider plus Snowball, especially when it's raged up. So GG, well played, and peace out, dude. All right, we're going to end up going for bats in the back. We're going to see what's up, see what this guy's got. He's going to end up dropping a Baby Dragon, so it's probably going to either be a RG deck, a Golem deck, or a Graveyard deck. So he's going to go for a Snowball, so maybe it's actually going to be Pekka Ram Rider. That's also the case. Okay, yep, exactly what it is. We're going to end up going for a Snowball as well. Just make sure that we propel everything backward. I think we're going to be able to kill that Ram Rider if we go in for a Barbarian Barrel to tank for the Baby Dragon. That would be our best bet. Because the Baby Dragon would latch onto our tower, and I think we just lose like 300, 400 HP there for no reason at all. So got to make sure that we defend, boys. So he's going to end up spamming us some more with the Bandit. I can just go Ram Rider here, and I think that's a pretty good play. So the Bandit's not going to be able to do anything. And then obviously we bait out an Electro Wizard that would completely shut down our Ram Rider anyway. So I could go Goblin Gang here, but he's probably in a Barb Barrel then. So I guess I'll just do it. I'll do it. Maybe I can cycle back to another cycle. No, I'm going to end up going in for a Lumberjack. I could end up going in for Royal Recruits here if he goes in for a Ram Rider plus Snowball. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, there we go. It's actually going to get damaged. It's going to get one hit if he... Yep, okay, never mind. I'm not going to Snowball. That's going to get as much damage as he wanted. It's a little bit unfortunate that he got through, but he's got Pekka with this deck, so I just want to end up going for bats right on top of the Baby Dragon, so hopefully we can kill that. I'm going to end up trying to get away with a Barbarian Barrel because we know that he's going to Electro Wizard right on top, and I don't want to repeat that interaction that we had that was negative. I really want to get a Ram Rider plus Lumberjack push going on offense. I hope that he overextends at one point so then we can Royal Recruits and then have 2 Royal Recruits right in front of our Lumberjack plus Ram Rider. Okay, that's really bad for him dropping that. I hope that he snowballs here. He's just going to drop Baby Dragon. Okay. End up going for a Lumberjack. It should be able to tank for the Baby D. So I think this is actually going to be really good for us. I like this sequence of interactions right now, especially if I can get it a sequence of bats down, Barb Barrel. I think he definitely overextended. I can go in for another Lumberjack. It's going to be raged up as well. And then I think that we bait out a Barb Barrel here. He's going to actually Pekka. That's so good for me. Let's go. Anti-Barb Barrels. There's no way for him to break through these Royal Recruits. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I don't know why I'm so happy about this interaction, but I know that it's good for us. So I guess that's the reason why I'm happy. Because those 2 Royal Recruits are going to demand a severe presence. We bait out the Electro Wizard. Then he has nothing in cycle for the Ram Rider besides his own Ram Rider. And I think we're in a great spot, guys. He's going to have to Ram Rider here. We're going to end up going in, and we're going to go Goblin Gang here. We're going to end up going in for a Lumberjack right on top. Make sure that the Bandit walks towards us. I'm going to go Barb Barrel, obviously. I think that the Ram Rider might get a hit. Oh, I really thought it would. We're going to end up going for another Ram Rider here. And he goes Ram Rider as well, so he's playing super feisty. We're going to slow down each other. I think that our bats will be more than enough to clean that. Nope, it will not be. I have to go drop a Goblin Gang. Oh my goodness. That was so scary. I would not recommend that situation. 8 out of 10. Would not recommend. Please avoid at all costs. Okay, we need to go in for a Bard Barrel and then also go in for a Ram Rider to finish off that Baby D. It's going to go Pekka. I wonder if that actually gets a hit. I think that gets a hit on our attack. Definitely does. Yeah, buddy. Good stuff. We're in the damage lead now. So I can end up going for a Bat Surround here. And then end up going in for recruits. Snowball this back so then the Ram Rider doesn't end up wrecking our heart and our soul. Completely and utterly causing severe sadness. I don't think we can win this at this point, though. He got a lightning through. Royal Recruit's got a lot of damage on the right-hand side, but that's not where we want to go and get our damage. This one's tough because he does have triple spell. It's the one issue that we are facing here. I think we actually need to go opposite if we want to win this. Nope, he's actually going in. Can we win? He's definitely going to overextend on the left-hand side. Okay, we have to go in for a snowball. Oh no. He done Kyled me, boys. He done Kyled me. Wait? Wait? Are you serious? Are these bats gonna win us the game? No way! Why would he snowball when it doesn't kill? I don't understand. That poor guy must be so mad right now. Oh, it's rough. That's brutal. I'm sorry, dude.